Good evening, everyone! Welcome back once again to Vicious Rants, and of course, I'm your host, your YouTuber, sign off and never duplicate superstar, Tim Vicious. We are gonna go over Raw this week was in Boston, Massachusetts, and well, I ain't gonna lie, folks, this was really a fucking good episode, man. Go home show in the Survivor Series coming up this Sunday. And, man, okay. This weekend coming up is going to be a killer fucking 4-day weekend for wrestling. Because SmackDown Friday, NXT Saturday, Survivor Series Sunday, and then the Fallout on Monday. It's going to be fucking nuts, man. Now, before we get into that, news do want to go on. Damn it, didn't even get out of the news before I fucking botched. News want to go over. It wound up getting broke earlier today as of the day of this recording. AEW did announce in January they're going to be doing a Bash at the Beach episode January 13th, I believe it is. It's on one of the regular days of their TV taping, so it's not like it's going to be it's not going to be a pay-per-view. It's going to be at the like no different than if WWE does the Great American Bash on the 4th of July, you know, basically like that. So honestly, what I'm hoping for more than anything is they take a page out of WCW's old book and make a ring around a pool. Because while I wasn't the biggest WCW fan, seeing that when I was a kid, I just thought, wow, that is really fucking cool. I just thought that was really cool. Now, other than that, you know, not going to get into the whole rumors and all that bullshit going on news-wise, you know. That's just, rumors are just that, rumors. And I take rumors with a grain of salt. I don't believe them until I get facts. And with that said, let's go and switch gears and get into the SmackDown Rewind. Last week's SmackDown, more build-up into Survivor Series. Really, really fucking loved it. Hands down, it is really going good, and I gotta tell you, SmackDown has taken the leadership for building up the women's end of Survivor Series more so than Raw, and I really fucking like it because, you know, instead of trying to get everything all smashed into one, you know, it's okay, well, let's divide it up. We'll have this part of the pay-per-view get built up on Friday. We'll have this part of the pay-per-view get built up on Monday. And we'll have this part of the show get built up on Wednesday. It's fucking brilliant. God damn, pal. That's brilliant. It's such good shit. I love it. Yeah, basically, you know, they had a good round of the NXT women go and do a 8-women tag match against SmackDown women. You know, had a nice match there. Also, big build up they did. They had also, it's official. It got announced. Daniel Bryan is gonna go against The Fiend Bray Wyatt at Survivor Series, also for the Universal title. And also the Universal title no longer has the red leather. Bray Wyatt did some yowie wowie magic and poof, it now has blue leather, and I kind of dig it. I dig it. I think it looks cool. Now, honestly, I've been thinking it over, and I can see Bryan winning, but that doesn't necessarily mean I want to see him win. You know, I'd hate to see Bray just be a transitional champion. You know, I'd like to see him have the title, have him hold on to it for a while, especially with The Fiend. You know, The Fiend, it's supposed to be this big, unstoppable beast. From a personal opinion, I think it should be that whoever beats The Fiend winds up having what should get this little unsaid monarch of being the one that conquered a unbeatable monster, if you will. Whereas Rey Mysterio and Brock Lesnar, that is a David Goliath match. I went over that last week on how that is a good idea. Rey has gone up against big men before. He did it with Big Show, Great Khali, Kevin Nash. A lot of big guys. A lot of big guys. And Rey always shines on it. Rey shines when he goes against giants, man. Because it is the literal David versus Goliath fight, and he fucking is amazing with it. So, I'm hoping that, you know, Rey wins that match with Brock. Bray Wyatt wins his match, so that way it's then Rey Mysterio, Adam Cole, and The Fiend, because then it's just like, whoa. Although, hands down, think the match that's going to steal the show on Survivor Series, hands fucking down, AJ Styles, Roderick Strong, Nakamura. That match, I'm putting all my chips in right there saying that's going to steal the show. Now then, that said, let's get into this week's show now. Starts off with Becky cutting a promo talking about on how, you know, basically calling out Shayna saying, I'm here, you gals want to keep on jumping onto each other's shows saying who's the dominant one. Well, I'm still here, I'm standing, so I'm ready for a fight. So as she's out there cutting a promo going on about that, then the IIconics come out and started to take my heart pills early. IIconics come out, they talk about on how it's a travesty that they aren't on the Raw Women's Survivor Series team match, and they feel that that's just wrong, and Becky then basically puts them in their place and says, well, I don't need Charlotte out here. I'll whip both y'all asses right now if you're up for it. Then Charlotte comes out and says, Bex, I'm all for you doing that, but we are working together on this. I'm the team captain for the Raw Women's team. And just like I'm going to lead them to victory, I'm going to lead us to victory. And God bless Charlotte, she learned from her old man well on how to be a damn heel. You know? Now, the match, very short, sweet, straight to the point. The match was not meant in any way to make Becky supposed to look like $1 million. Yeah, that's an obvious, and I'm not mad on that at all, because Becky has been made to look like $1 million for this pay-per-view right up every which way up until this point. So yeah, go ahead. Let her take one step back and let somebody else take the spot for a minute. Charlotte was in there. It was literally Charlotte was the legal man for the match the entire time. And the match wound up coming to an end when Charlotte wound up locking in the figure 8 on Billie Kay. The only time Becky really got in there was when she came in and hit a Exploder on Peyton Royce to stop her from breaking up the figure eight. Then after that, then Shayna Baszler and her two girls from the Four Horsewomen came down. They started beating the crap out of the IIconics, and then Becky and Charlotte chased them out, and then security got in the way, and Becky just straight up, boom, right cross, just to the one security guard, and they showed the slow-mo on it, like boom, like that, like dude took a straight shot to the face like that. And I haven't seen a punch thrown that good since the last time I got rejected asking this one girl out. And can't tell that story on this show. That's a story meant for another time. Cannot tell that story. Okay, moving forward. Next up, we got one half of the Good Brothers, Karl Anderson, going up against Humberto Carrillo, and I gotta tell you, I'm digging on how they've been building this up with it. You know, now you had AJ hyping up on how Humberto, you know, he stole wins. You know, he's not really that good. He don't deserve a U.S. title. But now he's going to get a chance to go against the one and only the mother lover himself, Karl Anderson. And Humberto came out, started out doing the really quick high-flying moves to go and take down Anderson, just as it looked like Styles and Gallows were going to go and start to do the intimidating factor with the numbers game. Street Profits come out, and you can obviously tell, yeah, we're getting a feud between the Street Profits and the club also, between Gallows and Anderson. And so, next thing you know, we come back from commercial break. Anderson, he was leading for a good bit afterwards. Match eventually comes to an end, though, when Gallows, he gets up on, or not Gallows, yeah, Gallows, he gets up on the apron, starts to distract the ref. Next thing you know, while he's distracting the ref, and keep in mind, Gallows, he's up on the apron distracting the ref because he went up there originally to stop Humberto from doing a moonsault onto Anderson. See, I missed that part, missed that bit of context for you. I'm sorry, guys. Brain's a little fucked up at the moment. But either way, Gallows distracting ref, did that. Next thing you know, Anderson, boom, does a quick roll up, inside cradle roll. As he's doing that, next thing you know, Montez Ford rolls Anderson over to where Humberto's on top. Next thing you know, the ref then 1, 2, 3 calls for it. Later on in the night, they announced that that on the Fallout episode of Raw, then AJ Styles is going to defend his title against Humberto. So I could see Humberto getting the title win and getting the rub that way. I could see it going that way, honestly. So let's see where that goes. Next up, we got a squash match. It's Bobby Lashley against No Way Jose, and yeah. Now before we got that, we had Lana go and cut a promo saying today was a joyous day, oh joyous days, Kalu Kalei. She filed for her divorce. Honestly, if she was running around with anyone other than Bobby Lashley, I would have probably been all okay with that, but seeing as on how it's Bobby Lashley and he's got arms the size of my head, yeah, I'm kind of scared to even like blink at a picture of her because I could just picture Lashley come up and just knock me down. Yeah, not looking for that. Yeah, either way, like I said, it was a squash match just as you would expect. Bobby Lashley straight up murdered No Way Jose, and then afterwards grabbed Lana, did like Ash at the end of Army of Darkness. Hail to the King, baby. Now give me some sugar. And whoa, wound up planting one on her so damn good. She fell flat onto the ring, and her skirt started to uplift a little. Like, the fuck, we getting a hardcore sex celebration or something? And we didn't though. So yeah, next matchup we got Seth going against Andrade, and Seth has his team leadership for team captain position for the Team Raw for the five team triple threat up on the line. Now, a lot of people have been saying a lot of shit on Seth. However way you feel about him, good, bad, or indifferent, keep in mind, folks, y'all were all saying the same shit on Roman not too long ago. And now look where you're at. You know, it's kind of funny and sad because it's almost like you guys, and I say you guys, I'm saying, when I say you guys, I mean the very small minority that always bitches, whines, and cries about everything. When they all say they want to see this guy push, this guy push, this guy pushed, and then that guy's finally pushed and then he's up at the top of the mountain. Well, when you're at the top of the mountain, you only got two places to go. You can either fall on your ass and go down, or you could stay up there and show that you earned that spot at the top of the fucking mountain. And if you fight to stay at the top of the fucking mountain, you're not gonna be liked by most people. And if you're not in, this is an honest to goodness truth. If you are in that, if you're not fighting to get to the top of the mountain, and you're not looking to be a top draw, not the tippy top draw, but a top draw. You're not looking to be a top draw. You're not looking to do everything you can to get the most out of that business. The fuck you in it for? Because you're going to have people that are going to like you because you're a top guy. If you ain't making enemies, you ain't doing the job right. Yeah, you get friends. God knows, yeah, you get some good friends. You get some good friends for life. But you're gonna piss a lot of people off being at the top. Lord knows how many people got pissed off because Steve Austin got put at the top. That big bald-headed goatee motherfucker wound up getting at the top. Lord knows how many people got pissed off when Triple H got up on the top. You know? Lord knows on how many people got pissed off when Hogan was on the top. Point being, the tippy top, not even the tippy top guy, the top guy, if you're a top guy, yeah, you're going to make enemies. And yeah, the people aren't always going to like you. But at the end of the day, it's not, don't worry, the minority that always bitches and yells and says, oh, well, they force feed this one. They force feed this guy down us all the time. He's a fucking draw. Why wouldn't they? For crying out loud. If fucking Steve Austin was basically force fed down our throats day in and day out every time in the 90s during the Attitude Era. The fuck? Yeah. So, now that I went off on that tangent, match. Seth and Andrade, really good. Nice ground pace to start. It was really slow pace, you know, but I will say this. The one big gripe that I had, not just for this match, but pretty much for the damn show, was how fucking silent the crowd was. This was a damn good show and they were fucking quiet as a church mouse. Fuck. Either way, nice slow pace to start, grounding, you know. I don't want to say it was like old school wrestling style, but it was very ground oriented. Like no big high flying from Andrade, no lucha stuff. No, Seth not trying to get airborne or anything. It was just, you know, very ground and mat oriented. Now its speed picked up after the commercial break and it started to move, and then that's when shit got interesting. You know, especially when Zelina Vega, whew, another one, wound up getting banned, wound up getting tossed out, and then the crowd started to wake up, and then the action picked up. So yeah, really, it was good, solid action. I dug the match. I thought these two guys can fucking go. You know? And match came to an end though when Seth, just as it looked like he was getting ready to size up for the curb stomp, Lucha House Party came out of nowhere and started beating down on Seth. And then they went to do a beatdown on Andrade. Seth came in, helped even out the numbers, tossed them out, and then them two looked at each other, and Seth just looked at him. Looked at Andrade. This ain't finished. You and me, we'll finish this up some other time. So, yeah. Now next up we got Akira Tozawa going against Buddy Murphy. First time Tozawa has had a match on Raw since the draft and since he got put on to Monday Night Raw. Gotta say, this was a damn good match. Really good. You know, now I'm not gonna lie. After this show, and we're done posting all, I'm hopping on the network. I'm fucking looking through the 205 Live archives, and I'm checking for when if there was any Buddy Murphy Akira Tozawa matches, because man, I fucking swear these two guys can go, man. Oh my, this was a damn good match. Absolutely loved it. Good back and forth action, nice physicality. I freaking dug it. I dug the shit out of it. You know, a match came to an end when Murphy wound up hitting a Murphy's Law. 1, 2, 3. Now the big thing that was hyped up before and after the match was Buddy Murphy wound up going at Aleister Black's door to pick a fight with him. Notice on how I articulated just like Aleister did. Anyways, next matchup we got after that, Eric Rowan wound up destroying some local jobber, as well as the Singh brothers in the process, who were running away from R-Truth with the now that the Singh brothers have now officially held the 24/7 title longer than R-Truth, so now they have the record for longest reign, just not most. And probably the funniest part on that was when they wound up, Rowan destroyed both of them, Truth saw it and he was like, well, yeah, I'm going to just back off and get on out of here, dog. And just ran up the entry ramp, not even bothering to like go and look back or nothing. Like, nah, I ain't gonna mess with that motherfucker, man. I ain't messing with that fucking 7-foot redwood, man. And then Rowan tossed the jobber outside, got a running charge and did that running crossbody he does to all three. The two Singh brothers and the jobber. So he did it to all three of them. And then, oh, fucking shit, that was good. Next thing you know, tossed in the jobber, gave him the Iron Claw Slam, 1, 2, 3. I honestly thought for a minute there Rowan was going to go and pin one of the Singh brothers to get the 24/7 title, and then God help whoever tries to take that off him, but whew, that's a scary thought. Next up, we come to the match of the night. This was a great match. Great, beautiful match. Really shitty ending, though. I'll get to that, though, when the time comes. Kevin Owens, Drew McIntyre. Really good, solid action. Oh, God, this was good. This good action, really great back and forth. And hands down, what I love the most from just watching it from the television perspective was on how Samoa Joe on commentary the entire time is emphasizing on how, well, one, referring to all the male talent as gentlemen instead of superstars. These gentlemen here, the gentlemen, you know, little things like that set you apart. You know, now also, another thing that I absolutely loved, the other thing Joe was doing with this match, emphasizing on how these two guys are on the same team for the Raw team on Survivor Series, and he's just emphasizing the whole time, these two are killing each other, you know, how much are they going to have left on Sunday and all that jazz. Now, Owens popped a stunner just as it looked like he was about to go for the cover. Next thing you know, the God King himself, Triple H, came out. And then, boom, went to commercial. We come back, Triple H is in the ring with Kevin Owens, and for whatever reason, the Forgotten Sons Yeah, don't ask me. I'm not a big fan of them. As well as Damian Priest and Dominic Dijakovic are outside, and Hunter's talking to KO. He's like, oh, I don't want you to get the wrong impression. These guys aren't here to go and beat you down. It ain't gonna go that way. Reason why they're here is point blank. They're here to make sure what we're doing is just that, talking, and no one else is gonna come down and say otherwise. Gonna come down and do otherwise. And Hunter basically was selling to KO, saying, I went to Seth. I admit, I got a thing for Seth. I like him. He's got passion. He carries his heart on his sleeve. But you, Kevin, you I love, because your debut in NXT, you took out your best friend for the championship on your debut. No one else would have done that. Nobody else did that. I see what you are. I know what you are, and nobody can handle that. That's why you've been fired by Kurt Angle. That's why you were fired by Shane McMahon. They don't know how to handle you. I do. And then, next thing you know, as he's presenting this offer to Kevin Owens, and it's looking like we're possibly going to have a NXT version of Scum. Next thing you know, out come Raw guys, and then the Undisputed Era start beating up on Kevin Owens, and then yeah, big mayhem. My thing on it is, what the fuck was the ending for this match? What happened? Did McIntyre get pinned? Did Hunter just say, hey, this match is done? Drew, go ahead, get on out of here. Need to talk to him. What happened? That's what I want to know. So, now with that said, now we come to the next matchup, and oh, thank God I have my butt. Zeke, thank you so much, Zeke, for being there next to me. Oh, he had the defibrillator and my heart pills on hand. My future third ex-wife, Asuka, she was out there, went against Natalya, and Asuka, very much so, basically it was kind of like a throwback to seeing her old matches in NXT. She was just straight up destroyed Natalya, didn't do the green mist, just did the high kick, caught Natty in the face, you know, 1, 2, 3, that was it. Just, whew, good. So now we come to the main event of the night. Viking Raiders putting their tag titles on the line. Was originally scheduled against Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins, but AOP decided to beat the snot out of them. Randy Orton wound up saying, since the Raiders' opponents aren't available, I'll be more than happy to oblige. I can get a partner that I know will trust me. So, and the whole thing that was building up leading to this was, well, who's he going to go with? Nobody's going to trust Randy. Nobody's going to trust Randy. Nobody likes Randy. Who's going to trust him? And then out comes Ricochet, which, in all honesty, I should have seen coming, but I didn't even think of it. I completely missed the most obvious. I must be getting sloppy at my old age. Either way, nice little bit of a tussle with it all, you know. Dug the match. I thought it was good. Randy wound up hitting that draping DDT on Ivar. Next thing you know, was coiled up, getting ready to go and hit the RKO. And then out comes a gaggle of SmackDown guys to go and beat the shit out of Randy. And then big brouhaha. The Raiders and Randy and Ricochet all wind up taking back the SmackDown guys. And then out come the NXT guys who beat the shit out of SmackDown, and then they circle the ring, and then they Randy, Ricochet, and the Raiders, they fight for as good as they can until eventually Seth brings out the cavalry, and then big mass mayhem. Best way I could put it, it was basically like a bar fight. And I know a bar fight because I've been in a few. I haven't always been straight edge. There was a time when it was a time in my life when I was in bar fights, and yeah, that was basically like a good old-fashioned fucking bar fight. So, yeah, I gotta say, for a go-home show, this was a fucking hot show. This was good. I dug it. I loved it. So, yeah, really hoping the pay-per-view is good this Sunday. That is it for this week's show, folks. So do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch some of the other episodes. Make sure you look for me on my Twitter at Tim Vicious. Also on that Facebook gimmick, Tim Ash. If you're gonna look for me on my Facebook gimmick, let me know you found me on there from here or on my Facebook or my Twitter at Tim Vicious. Something got a creep John going. Also, big ups to contributor to the show, LFC Lingerie Fighting Championship, a little bit of wrestling, a little bit of MMA, and a whole lot of attractive women wearing a whole lot of nothing. Make sure y'all check them out. They just dropped some new merch, especially with the holiday season coming up, you know. Now, also, folks, big ups to my executive producer, Ali Rewan Ben, who did provide the music for this week's show. It's out there on iTunes, Spotify, and such. Make sure y'all check that out. Details are down below. Go on these sweet Ali Rewan shirts. Hit me up and I'll talk to the man for you. Also, don't be afraid to look for him out there on that Facebook gimmick, 2PA Enriquez. And folks, do not forget to follow these cool ass cats right here on the Twitter. Axel Jenny Kill at DSP_IV, Diabolica RA, Sergeant Curry Pants, Dazzy MWP, and my homeboy Zeke. I can't put him over enough. Without him, I'm pretty sure my heart would have given out. TSUNDERE_ZEE. And folks, like I always say, you love me great, you hate me. Fuck you.